A man once asked me if I believed in hell, and I answered yes. He quickly came back with another question. This is what he said. Why are people punished eternally for finite crimes? Isn't God unfair in doing that? Well, I had heard this question in various forms over the years. So I asked him a question. I asked, what punishment do we give a person who murders another person and is found guilty of the crime? He replied, life in prison. Okay, I want you to understand, in the United States, the most serious crime, murder, is punishable by its most serious sanction, which is being separated from society, family, and friends for life in prison. I then read with him this passage from Matthew 22. But when the Pharisees heard that Jesus had silenced the Sadducees, they gathered themselves together. One of them, a lawyer, asked him a question, testing him. Teacher, which is the great commandment of the law, in the law? And he said to him, you shall love the Lord your God with all your heart, and with all your soul, and with all your might. This is the great and foremost commandment. The second is like it. You shall love your neighbor as yourself. On these two commandments depend the whole law and the prophets. That's Matthew 22, 34 through 40. Then I said to the man that I agree with him that murder is a heinous crime and life imprisonment is a just punishment. But I didn't leave it at there. I said to this man, but that life in prison pales in comparison to the worst thing that a person can do. To mock and dishonor and refuse to love the person that we owe absolutely everything to, which is our Creator, God Himself. Life imprisonment, it means nothing when you rank it against dishonoring God. You have to understand that God is infinitely greater in His goodness, kindness, holiness, and justice than anyone else. To think that a person can go through their whole life constantly ignoring Him, constantly mocking Him by the way they choose to live without Him, saying in effect, I don't care why you put me here. I could care less about what you want me to do with my life. I couldn't care about your word or your values or your son's death for me. I'm going to ignore all that and ignore you and act as if you don't even exist. That, I said to the man, is the ultimate sin. And the only punishment worthy of that is the ultimate punishment, which is everlasting separation from God. Now, I want you to follow the logic, and you'll come to the same conclusion. Defiantly violating God's ultimate law should bring the ultimate sanction and punishment, which being separated from God and His people forever in eternity in hell. Well, I'm just saying. Let's pray. Dear Father, forgive me for not honoring you, not loving you, thinking that my life would be better without you. So I understand that because of my choices and my decisions, that when I die, I expect you to cast me into the hottest part of hell. I'm ready for it. I've lived my life reaching for it. So I thank you right now that you're going to reward me just for what I ask you to. Send me to hell. If that's what you want, be sure. Understand. Choices have consequences. Be blessed.